The UN climate regime has been following an annual cyclic process. We are, of course, most of the time always interested on what is the outcome at the end of the year, which is conference of parties, and there are big announcements. But of course, the big decisions by the ministers or even heads of state cannot be taken up in an overnight. And that's why the negotiators, since the beginning of this process, have been meeting in the middle of the year, in June or May, in Bonn, the seat of the UN Secretariat for Climate Change, UNFCCC. The purpose of these meetings is not to make major breakthroughs, and you do not expect ministers or CEOs coming all the time to these meetings, but it is more that how these final decisions can be prepared, like it's like the kitchen of the process. The negotiators really prepare the intermediary solutions, and then they go back to their homes and they talk at the capitals, and then finally agree at the end of the year. If you do not engage in the discussions, if you do not present your ideas, and if you do not exchange this, those people will never bring you back into the decisions, and you will be always kicked out. Therefore, it's important that we submit views, we host side events, and we intervene in these dialogues. One of the advantages of this mid-year talks is that it's an opportunity for us to introduce ourselves to the incoming presidencies, the countries who will host the COP at the end of the year. And in 2024 it will be Azerbaijan, so we were very happy to relate and interact with the COP29 presidency from Azerbaijan, especially hearing their views and how we can connect urban and multi-level action to their initiatives in Baku, how they can be connecting to the high-level champions work. We are confident that this will open us new doors, especially we are aware in Sharm el-Sheikh in 2022, we had the Surge initiative in Dubai, we had the Champ initiative, so these were technical and political initiatives. So what we are expecting from Baku, just because they are announcing this COP as the finance highway, we hope they will be introducing financing elements to implement these technical and political commitments. Here in Bonn, in the 60th session, the cities and regions, the LGMA constituency, was again very active. We were actively participating in the Just Transition dialogue. Our partners C40 and ICLEI were there. We were participating in the mitigation work program, which focused for the first time on cities, Climate Heritage Network, ICLEI, Global ABC, we were there. We had a discussion on non-market approaches, financing mechanisms for developing countries. ICLEI and UN Capital Development Fund was there. Annual global stocktake, the legacy from this last years, how can we take it further, including our idea for town hall COPs, how can it relate to the new NDCs? This was raised by Under 2 Coalition and ICLEI. And in between we had convened our side event together with UN Habitat, which released the important update on NDC, urban component of NDCs. We had also had interesting dialogues. For example, we partnered as ICLEI, a very important partner on communications community, the We Don't Have Time. We hosted a joint session. We connected our leaders, especially in the Global Climate Action Agenda. Our leaders, Axel Grail from Niterói, also the Vice President of National Front of Mayors in Brazil, as well as Mayor George Youssef, board member of the Global Command of Mayors. Our politicians were also here interacting, exchanging ideas with the government representatives and the UNFCCC experts. So we believe promoting our progress on CHAMP, our move towards ambitious local actions to be engaged in the new NDCs was well heard, and I think it's time for us to build back at home and bring our results to Baku and then to Belem.